Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. So I posted an Instagram poll and the majority of you said that you guys wanted to see an everyday makeup look versus my contour routine. So we're just going to go in real quick and do my basic everyday routine. So I'm going to start off with my Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer. And I'm almost out, so I got about that much on my hand. So I'm just patting this all over my face. Alright, so as you guys can see, I already have my brows on. I am going to go up in at the end and touch them up a little bit. You guys will see. Alright. So after the Radiance Primer, I'm going to go in with the Professional Primer. I love this stuff. It mattifies the areas that I want to be mattified, so it might sound a little counterproductive to use a Radiance Primer and then a mattifying primer on top, but it's the way I like to do it. The Radiance Primer adds like a little glow to my face where I want the glow, and the mattifying primer fills in my pores where I need them to be filled in and mattifies those areas that get oily, which is mainly my T-zone. So next I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation Stick, and this is in the shade Warm Natural. Right? Yeah, Warm Natural. So I am just drawing some lines on my face. I like full coverage no matter if I'm doing every day or not every day. I just kind of prefer that look. So I'm drawing on a few stripes. So next, after I get that all over my face, I am going to go in with this Morphe brush. It's just this flat brush. And I'm just buffing that in. And you're going to have to swipe and pat. Don't go in there and just straight pull down. You want to do little strokes and tap it into your skin as you go. And I know if y'all have blonde hair, you know the struggle is real about turning your baby hairs orange. My best tip for you, go over your baby hairs. Y'all don't want to line. And then you can go in at the end of your finished makeup look. Use a makeup wipe and just very gently wipe off all that makeup in your baby hairs. Alright, so I am actually going to go in and build this up just a little bit on my cheek areas and a little bit above my brows. Alright, that's good for me. Alright, so next I am going to go in with my Radiant Creamy Concealer by NARS. I am in the shade Custard. I'm almost out, y'all, so bear with me.
Anyways, I'm putting a little bit on my forehead, down my chin, and down my nose.
And I need to go wet my beauty blender. I'll be right back. I'm just going in and buffing that out, lightly tapping with my beauty blender, not swiping because I don't want to move the foundation around too much. So next I'm going to go in under, well, not under, I'm going into my eye area, and I like to tap out the concealer on my lid first. And then I go in underneath my eyes. Make sure to get any eye boogers out. If you have any eye boogers, they're gross. Alright, so I'm just finishing tapping out my concealer, and I'm also going over with the back of my beauty blender and just patting that foundation into my skin more, because I feel like the more is patted in, the more skin-like and natural it's gonna look. Alright, so I'm next gonna go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder and set my whole face, and especially under my eyes. So before, I'm just putting a little bit out in the lid, but before I do that, I'm just going in one last time, getting any creases that could have formed, because you don't want to set those creases in. Setting my forehead, because get a little shiny there, and around my nose area. Next, I'm just going to go in with this big fluffy ear brush and just get a little bit of loose powder on, tap my brush because I don't want a lot, and just set the rest of my makeup. Especially set your eyelids, don't forget, because we are going to be putting a little bit of eyeshadow on. And we're going to do that last. Okay, so after we've set my whole face, we're going to go in and bronze it up a little bit. I'm taking my favorite bronzer brush. This is the M177 by Morphe. I think it's like 10 bucks. And I'm going into my Après Ski Glow palette by Becca. And I am just taking this shade right here. Shade, it's the bronzer. This palette is a great palette if you want to try Becca products, because it comes with 3 highlighters, 2 blushes, and the bronzer. So I think that's a good deal. And I'm pretty sure it was like around 40 bucks. So now that I have that, I'm going to go in with another brush. This is like a flat little tipped brush, kind of fluffy. And I'm going to take the bronzer. I'm just going to go down my nose a little bit. Kinda, I guess this is contouring my nose, but it's mostly just because I don't like my nose to get lost in like the concealer and everything. I don't like my face to look flat. And also, if you want like your lower lip to look a little bigger, poutier, you can take some bronzer and just put it underneath your lip, so it just looks a little bit more pouty. And also you can take it in between your cupid's bow in that indentation area. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with this Tarte Hamptons Weekend palette. I would totally recommend getting this if you guys travel a lot or you just want something to throw in your purse, because it has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. Y'all can pretty much do like your whole face with this one little thing. But I'm going to go in with this like smaller fluffy brush with a little bit of a point to it, so like tapered, I guess is the word. And I'm just going to go into that shade, the bronze shade, and tap off the excess and just carve my cheeks out a little bit more. And I'm also going to go in my temples and on my jawline. And then I'm going to go in and take the same brush that I used for my nose and just tap off a lot, very, very lightly. Just add a little bit more dimension to your nose area. And we can do over here too. Alright. So next is time for blush. This is my favorite blush ever. Y'all, I've had this forever. I think it might be my first high-end blush I ever purchased. But it's NARS. I dropped it, y'all, and it's starting to break. Anyways, it's the NARS Orgasm Blush. It's amazing. Has a little bit of shine to it, but it's perfectly pink. Brings color to your cheeks, gives you life, gives me life, gives everyone life when they look at you because your cheeks are like, so perfect. Yep, that's me. Now it is time for highlight. This is my favorite part of the look. I'm going to go back in with my Becca Après Glow Ski Palette, and I'm taking this shade, which is Opal. And let's see. We have two options. We can use this fan brush or we can use this denser brush for highlight. I'm going to show you guys both and what it looks like, and I'm going to show you before and after using my Fix Plus. So this is the fan brush, and I'm just swiping all in that color. So this is nice for just a natural everyday look. Alright, I actually like the way that looks, so I'm not going to show you guys this brush, but basically, since it's denser, it is able to pick up more product and is able to pack more product on your face. So if you want a more powerful highlight, use a denser brush. If you want a more blinding highlight than that, spray your brush with Fix Plus beforehand, dip into the highlight, and then put it on your face, y'all, and you are going to shine to the stars. But I like that today for a natural look. So next we're going to go into my eyes. I feel like no look's complete without a little bit of eyeshadow. Because like I said, nobody likes to look flat. Alright, so I am taking this fluffy brush. This is by Morphe. It doesn't have a number because this one was from a set. But I am going in with the same bronzer I used on my face, and I am putting that in my crease. So I mean, I guess if you were doing like a big makeup look, this would be your transition shade, but we are just doing my everyday look that I like to do. But immediately y'all can see the difference to this eye to this eye. It just pulls your eye forward. It doesn't look so flat to the face. You don't look like flat Stanley. Because Lord knows that is the worst when you see a girl who took time to put on foundation and then nothing else. It's like, why? You just washed yourself out. I mean, if I'm not going to put on makeup that day, if I don't want to put on makeup, I can put on like some concealer, and that'll be my one thing. It's never going to be just foundation. Alright, so now that that is in there, I'm actually going to go into the same palette, and I'm taking this blush shade. And I am using a fluffy brush again, but this one's kind of more flat, wider. Anyways, tap off the excess always, because you don't want to like the pigmentation to explode on your eyeball, and then like you're screwed. It's too late, you know, like you either got to wipe it off or just do a smoky eye that day. So I'm just putting this in my corner of my eye, a little bit in my crease. I'm not buffing it all the way up like I did with the bronze color. And then I'm going to go in with this flat shader brush. This is just by YALL. And I'm going to mix these two highlight colors. So I guess now would be a perfect time to show you my Fix Plus trick. So spray your brush, get it damp, and then dip into the color, and immediately you can already see like how much more you get on your brush. And I'm just putting that on the parts of my lid that I didn't put any of the blush or the bronze color. So I'm not like swiping it all the way over into this color. I'm just letting it be on probably the inner 2/3 of my eye, I would say. Alright, so that is all for that. Next, I'm going to take this other brush and I'm going to go back into the bronze shade and go under my lower lash line. Just to kind of blend everything together. I guess once you get done with this, now would be the time that you can add your eyeliner on top. Like, you can do a winged liner. Some people don't like to leave their house without their winged liner, you know? I liked winged liner, but I'm not good at it, so I try to avoid it. I'm just packing that on, and then I'm going to show y'all a little trick I like to do to make my lashes look fuller. I am just going to dip into a black shade. I'm taking my Prism palette, and I'll take the shade Obsidian. And I am just going to press that into my upper lash line. I'm not blending it into the shadow, just pressing it there. And what that is going to do is give the illusion that your lashes are fuller. So as you can tell already, this side looks a lot more fuller, like as far as my lashes go, than this side. So that's a little makeup tip trick for you, honey. Alright. I keep making this face. Everyone in my middle school would be like, make the Emmy face. And I would be like, because, I don't know, that's how I would pose. Always, I thought it was cute. And then when I would like do the peace sign, I would be like, oh. So next for inner corner highlight, I'm going into the shade Lucid from my Anastasia Prism palette, and I'm just putting that right there. I always like to do a little bit of an inner corner highlight, whether it's a daytime, nighttime, anytime look, because I feel like it just opens your eyes up a lot more and just pulls the attention forward. So next, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay pencil, and this is in the shade Smog, so I'll just show you guys. It's like a shiny, coppery tone. I need to sharpen that, but it'll work. So I'm just putting it in my waterline. And it just gives a lot of dimension to the eye, or definition to the eye. So finally, last thing I don't do, actually not last thing, two more things. Like I said, I'm going to go in and just touch up my brows a little bit. And I'm just using this Makeup Forever brow gel in the shade Taupe to do that. It has kind of like a weird spoolie. I honestly wouldn't recommend getting it. There's way better ones on the market. I'm just pushing my brow hairs up and defining the color a little bit more because they looked a little powdery from all the powder I put on my face. So last thing, I'm just going to go in and curl my lashes and put on my mascara. And we'll be all done. And this is Lash Craft it's the Sephora brand mascara. And I actually quite enjoy it. I got a sample of it. And I like it. I'm like considering buying it. The only thing I would say is that it is a little bit watery, but just be careful. Like if you do a makeup look, you know, don't like raise your eyes right away. Because the mascara will go from here to your eyelid. And so I did that, and I always do my upper lashes first, let those dry for a few seconds, and then go in and do my lower lashes. Because like I said, I don't want my mascara to touch any part of my eyelid and bleed color. Alright, so now I'm going to do my lower lashes. Alright, I'm going to go in with some Fix Plus. Let that dry. Right, so as far as my lips today, I'm going to be using this NYX lip pencil in the shade Mauve, and I'm just going to be lining my lips with it. Alright, so now that I got my lips lined, I'm going in with this Too Faced cream lipstick in the shade Naked Dolly, and I'm just going to pat that on the inner parts of my lip. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to me and watching me and supporting me. It's really great. It really helps me. So please hit that like button and sound off in the comments what you guys want me to do next.